Alright, good morning, welcome back to Chemical Spore. The other day I replaced a clutch master cylinder in my car. Took it for a test run. Car started running funny. And I forgot in the midst of doing all that I forgot to tie up the wires for my O2 sensor, since I had to fabricate longer wires for my long tube headers so that it would reach the O2 sensors. I had to disconnect them to get them out of the way to be able to pull out the clutch master cylinder itself. So those wires got melted, they got all charred up on the long tube header, and the car just started bogging around while I was test driving it. And I know exactly that's the problem because I never had that problem until I took it for that test run. And I knew that was the problem immediately. Like I thought I had everything buttoned up, but I did not. So I'm going to be fixing that. Here's the O2 sensor wire, which had to fabricate because I didn't have ones that were long enough at the time that I built the car. Because with long tube headers, the O2 sensor is going to go back further as opposed to where stock is, and plus I don't have a certain emissions control item. So there's the O2 sensor right there, and the wires got all chewed up and burnt on the header because it was dangling down when I didn't zip tie these into place. So I got to cut these wires and then re-splice them like I had to do up there. And at some point in the future I really need to get some O2 sensor wire extensions. It's just so many of them on the internet, they're kind of shifty. So there's ones that you can buy them on Amazon, like a pair for $25, and then there's some websites that are selling them for $25 a piece. And then I still have to buy the O2 sensor since it doesn't have the connectors no longer on them since it was spliced off. So it's just be prepared. If you do a build on your car, you're going to need certain parts. Alright, so I spliced the wire. I snipped it off with some dikes here, and I got a wire stripper, so I'm just going to strip this out and then put it into that connector, which I've already installed on the one wire strip there. So I just got myself a wire stripper, rotate it a few times on one of the little notches, pull it off, get that wire exposed, go ahead and twist the end of it so that way you can put it into that wire connector no problem. Not easy doing this up under the car. Get in there as deep as you can. And then there's indicators on the wire stripper, so I'm using these blue connectors, so you want to go with the blue crimper. And just get the ends of it. Squeeze as tight as you can. Give it a little test. And that's that. So your two best tools to do this job are going to be your strippers and your dikes. Alright. Okay, I got everything bundled up, so I'm going to take it for a test run. I hope it doesn't bog out again. Wow. Don't want to have to go through this. So it should be alright, because I know that's what the problem was when it started happening. So let's see how this goes. Alright, one thing I normally do that's probably not necessary, but since this car is an O2 and it's been built, I got a bigger cam in there, other different parts. I always wait for the needle on that thermometer to hit 100, letting me know that it's warmed up before I take off, just make sure everything gets nicely lubricated. Alright, so the car's running fine. It was bogging out a little bit. I guess it just needed to reset itself. I went to the parts store, get the code scanner, because the check engine light was flashing, but it's good now, so she's running fine. She's not bogging like she was. Everything's running good here. So that's it. Just some advice. If you're working on your car, you have to do any wires or anything like that under the car, make sure you put them back. You don't want anything to hit your exhaust and start melting and causing more issues. You have to fix more things than what is necessary. And that was all because I was changing out the clutch master cylinder on my car. But we are all set. She's running good, she's running smooth. All right, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more content.